Millions of years ago, our ancestors faced the harsh challenges of nature. The battles for survival, evolution, and the strength of will laid the foundation for our development today. Join us as we explore the arduous journey of humanity from its primal beginnings. A new day begins. We continue our journeys back to humanity's ancestors millions of years ago. A Homo habilis husband and wife wake in the cool shade of the cave entrance. The air is still cold. Dew clings to rock and leaves, but the early light has slipped in enough to see the path clearly. The Homo habilis husband reaches for the simple tools prepared yesterday: a sturdy stick and a few sharp-edged stones. He steps onto the grassland, heading toward the forest edge to search for food. In the distance, the Homo habilis husband sees a wild boar digging for tubers in the soil. Loose clods fly up, and the damp smell of roots and mud fills the air. He lowers himself, advances in steady steps, hides behind tall grass, then bursts out. He closes in and strikes the wild boar hard. The boar struggles for a moment, but soon has no strength left to resist. Breathing hard, then steadying himself, he slips an arm under the game, hoists the boar onto his shoulder, and follows the trail back to the cave shelter. His steps press deep, even tracks in the soil. Birds and the wind in the grass set the rhythm for the quiet journey. At the cave entrance, the Homo habilis husband lays the catch on flat ground and selects a sharp-edged stone. He begins butchering the boar with crude stones, slow, tidy motions to avoid waste. Each cut is measured, portioned small for easy roasting and for carrying when they need to move. Meanwhile, the Homo habilis wife leaves the cave, following a sunlit rock slope to gather wild fruit. She picks ripe fruit, bundles it in a leaf sling, and returns quickly to make the meal more nourishing. Handfuls of wild fruit set beside the fresh portions create a meal balanced in energy and water. The Homo habilis husband keeps portioning the meat into small pieces while the Homo habilis wife goes to gather firewood. Carefully, she collects dry branches, ties neat bundles, and carries them to the cave entrance. Back at the cave, she strikes two stones together to make fire. A spark flashes. Dry grass takes smoke. Then a warm flame blossoms in the cave. The Homo habilis husband brings the pork to roast on a rack of green branches set above the glowing coals. The savory smell spreads through the cave, mingling with thin smoke and seeping into every crevice. The Homo habilis turns the pieces evenly so they cook slowly without burning. While waiting, the Homo habilis eat fruit first as the meat finishes cooking. Cool bites ease thirst and chase away the fatigue of the long morning. When the meat is done, the Homo habilis couple enjoys it together, sharing calmly, gazing toward the far horizon through the cave mouth. Outside, the grass ripples in the breeze, low hills linking one to another. Inside, firelight shimmers on the stone in warm, wavering patches. With bellies warmed, the Homo habilis tidy the cave corner. In the cave lie many bones the Homo habilis can grind to sharp points for hunting tools. The Homo habilis husband selects a few straight bones and sets them beside thin stones. Each stroke of bone on stone sounds in a steady hum, like the cave's own breathing. Once the tools are honed, the Homo habilis man grips his tools and leaves the cave entrance to search for new food. On the damp grass, the footprints are still fresh. The Homo habilis keeps an even pace, eyes tracking the forest edge for safety. This time, the Homo habilis encounters a pack of hyenas loitering ahead. Without hesitation, With tools in hand, the Homo habilis keeps a safe distance, swings the stick and throws stones to drive them off, making a few flinch back. The pack spreads out and circles away. With the way ahead clear again, the Homo habilis continues. The Homo habilis steps into wide grasslands. Amid the grass, the Homo habilis finds a swarm of bees buzzing around a large hive. The Homo habilis hesitates, planning how to get honey while staying safe. Ancestors of this time already knew to use fire to drive off bees, so the Homo habilis bundles dry grass, makes a flame, and moves in, letting smoke and fire push the bees from the hive. The bees surge forward, but with fire in hand, the Homo habilis is no longer afraid. The torch keeps them at bay, opening a path to the hive. Seizing the moment, a honey-filled hive is broken open. The Homo habilis scoops out the comb and enjoys it right at the meadow's edge. But while savoring it, reinforcements of bees arrive from afar and suddenly attack again. The Homo habilis quickly packs up and sprints to escape. Wind whips past the ears, and the buzzing stretches over the head. Seeing a stream ahead, the Homo habilis quickly jumps in, so the swarm only circles above the surface, waiting. The Homo habilis crawls along the shallow bank, keeping low to avoid the bees poised on shore. Another danger strikes. A giant crocodile comes straight from the stream, starting to chase the Homo habilis. The Homo habilis changes direction, springs from the water's edge, and dashes up the bank. The crocodile scrambles right after, dirt flying with each thrash. Pressed close, the Homo habilis quickly seeks high ground, grabs a nearby trunk, and climbs to avoid the predators on the ground. On a low branch, the Homo habilis keeps silent, watching below until the crocodile leaves. When the danger has passed, the Homo habilis resumes the journey to seek food and life. Along the way, the Homo habilis picks up a few tools left from the day before and drapes an animal hide over the shoulder to block the wind. Farther on, the Homo habilis encounters a wild boar with 2 long tusks, absorbed in rooting for wild tubers, flipping up soft soil. The Homo habilis closes in within control range and uses the tools to strike in short bursts, forcing it to bolt from the grass edge. The chase and block stretches over a low slope. The Homo habilis keeps the terrain advantage and steadily herds its direction. After a sustained pursuit, the wild boar drops before the sharp spear tip of the Homo habilis. Without delay, the Homo habilis carries the boar home in delight, shoulders braced, each step firm on the familiar trail. Near the shelter, the Homo habilis gathers dry branches and leaves and kindles a fire beneath a windbreak of rock. The fire crackles, smoke scent mingling in the air. The Homo habilis sets the meat on the rack, turning each slice evenly to cook slowly. Soon, a delicious roast takes shape, its aroma spreading around the cave area. Firelight reflects on the stone. Breathing slows after a day of many close calls. Driving off hyenas with tools in hand. Taking honey thanks to fire. Escaping bees via the stream. Avoiding a crocodile by climbing. And ending with a persistent wild boar hunt. Night falls, embers glow, marking another full day in the Homo habilis survival journey.